Okay, good Friday evening, everyone. We are live. And I want to welcome Johnny. Oh God, I know I'm gonna say it wrong again. Sherri. Did I
That's
do it?
right.
Oh, it's Charae. I thought it was Sherry.
Everybody thinks it's Sherry, and that's my middle name. It's actually just Cherie. That's how my
Oh,
parents.
okay, chcool.
And Miss Charae Lewis. So we are here today because the day of the Indie Love uh, virtual event, Johnny was having mad issues with her internet, which those of you who were there, y'all know, she was having mad issues. It was freezing and it was just bad all the way around. And Sheree just kind of
Oh, I'm so shamed, girl. I'm so shamed.
Sheree did show up. For those of you who were there who had
Yes,
logged
I
off, she
did.
did show up, but it was like we had already
It was like
basically
5 minutes before.
we had basically shut down by then because she had her time mixed up, which is understandable. So for those of you like, what happened to the last hour? We just had some technical difficulties. And because I wanted to continue and be able to um have our conversation anyway and be able to upload it on the YouTube channel, I said we still gonna chat. We still gonna have our chat, and that's a good thing. So, hello, ladies. Allegra, hey Tara.
Hey,
I'm not sure. Oh, Ayana. Oh God, Ayana's here, y'all. She's here.
Hi, Ayana.
I ain't speaking to her right now. She started too much mess today.
Oh, well, there you have that.
Oh, look, Allegra instigating too. I can't do
But she did. She did. No, Ayana talking about she did. No, you did. Ayana, you started up some
She
mess.
said she did. No, you did.
Anyway, I'm gonna start with Johnny. So tell us what's going on in your world right about now.
Um, right about now, I'm trying to finish up my book, Seeking Asha. I'm finishing that up, and my Audible book for Heartbreak You that is in the process of being approved. So hoping to release that this month. So that's what I got going on
Well,
right now.
congrats on the Audible book.
Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you.
all the way around. So you was telling us on the day of the event that you did the Audible on your own. Tell us how that experience has been.
Woo! Oh my God. I was searching, all the people that I love listening to, all the narrators. I was reaching out to various different people. It is expensive. It's very expensive if you're an indie author trying to get your Audible books done. But I ended up going with Kane, and she is just amazing. Oh my gosh, she's so talented. People are gonna love it, and she just does every voice different and perfect. Because Heartbreak You, Frankie, she's got a New York accent. Hope, she's got a Southern accent. I mean, and Kane, she captures it all just down to a T. So I mean, she does amazing work. So I think everybody's gonna like it and enjoy it. But it was very difficult. First of all, I didn't know what I was doing, so I had to research how to even do an Audible book. And then once I figured that part out, then I was reaching out to various ones, getting pricing on them, and listening to different auditions because they send you a little, a clip you can listen to, their voice,
Mhm.
listening to them read your work, and so it was an experience. So I'll definitely do another one again. So
Okay. Okay. Would you like to have it produced another way? So like a lot of people are going through Podium or is it Tanter? Would you like to go that route the next time, or do you feel more comfortable doing it yourself?
um, I mean, I wouldn't mind. I just have to do a little bit more research on the other platforms. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. And what about you, Miss Sheree? What do you have going on?
Well, dropping my finale this week. I'm sticking to this week. Ayana and Allegra.
Yeah, Saturday, not today.
No, but I'm gonna upload it tonight so they can have it for the weekend. And
Okay.
then I'm working on something new. I never go into a project so soon, but I start something on Monday, another book. So
Okay. So the finale. So this is it. Just two books. We go ahead and finish. It's not like we're gonna be left again with.
This is it. I was so sick of them. Like I was tired of those characters. So this is all y'all getting.
Well, I'll tell you. I read. Yeah, I read it, and then you made a post on your page, and then women pissed me off so bad. I was like, you know what?
Well, was
Because,
it about Neek?
yes, you were asking about her.
Yeah.
You know, we want to hear from her, and the way they was coming at that poor baby, I was like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? Like, this is me. I'm reading. Yes, I read for pleasure. I read for pleasure, but I also am into the story. So if a child is traumatized, to me, for those of you who haven't read it, too bad, sorry. This child is traumatized, has been traumatized, and had to withhold all of that. So for people to be like, she this and she that, and nah, when she need her ass, I was just like,
they was so rough on her, and I'm like, she's a 16-year-old.
did I read the same book that y'all read, or did I read something different? What, I'm confused as to how they was coming at that poor baby. Yes, we know Cat ain't. We know yeah. We ain't fooling with Cat. Cat can go on about her. I hope somebody shoot her. No, I ain't gonna say that's not nice. That's not nice. But I hope she gets her just due. You know what I'm saying? So, I sure did. That ain't my problem if you haven't read it. Sorry.
We figure Cat
So Johnny, let me jump back to you. So give us a rundown of your whole catalog for those people who are not familiar with your work at all.
The very first book that I had published, it was originally titled Protect My Sister's Heart. That's now titled Loving a Borrego Brother 1 and 2. So that was my first release, my first series. After that, I wrote Love in the Game, and that's a 3-book series. That's about, it's a coming of age and friends to lovers book. And it's also a kind of a sports romance because both of them play basketball. And then,
and she was a tomboy.
Yes, yeah, she was a tomboy. And then after that, I wrote in an anthology called Beard Gang Chronicles. I wrote a story called Meeting Noble Shaw. And I wrote that book with Blake Carrington, Genesis Woods, Shantae Knox.
Those are my girls. Shout out to them.
Green Holly Kane. And then after that, I wrote the Heartbreak You series. That's a 2-book series. And that book is about basically 4 young ladies across the United States, various parts. They are coming to HBCU. They're all very different, have different backgrounds and different personalities. And it's just them navigating through school life and love during their college years. And that's also kind of a coming of age. I tend to stick to more of a young adult type books.
They don't act like young adults. They act like grown ass folks. Maybe doing the grown folk stuff, boy.
That was.
And then I wrote There's Always Hope. And that was a kind of a spin-off, more or less, from Heartbreak You. One of the characters in that book, it was her story after college. And then after that, I published a Valentine's novelette called Loving Noble Shaw. And that was just an extension from Beard Gang Chronicles and the story that I wrote in there. So I've only written 10 books so far, and I'm hoping to release my 11th book this summer, Seeking Asha. And that is also another spinoff from the Heartbreak You series.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I got to put what Allegra just said.
It's so good. It's so good, Allegra. Oh my God, you're going to love it. I listened to that part, one particular part when they went to Cancun for spring break. I listened to that like 2 or 3 times.
Hey, Maisha.
Hi.
Hey, Maisha.
So, okay, so Charae, you have a couple of books. You have a couple of books on Audible, right?
I think I have 5.
And did
Yeah.
you put those out yourself, or did you?
I did 2 on my own, and then the other 3 I did with Podium.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So how was your experience like between the two? Would you continue to do it on your own, or would you be like, let Podium have this and do all of that?
I hate to say this. I am not interested in doing audiobooks. Like, if I never did another one, I'll be cool.
Okay.
I will be good. 5 is enough
But
for
between
me.
the two, but between the two platforms, which would you say is the better avenue to go, or what
Yeah.
has been your experience between the two?
Like you expressed, the indie route was real tough trying to get a reasonable narrator because they are super expensive. So I would say let the Podium people just took over and they handled everything. Like I didn't have to do anything but listen to the end result.
Okay, hold on. Pause. Monique, we not coming for Miko like that tonight. We not gonna do it. We gonna
Yeah,
leave.
we're not doing that, Monique.
Yeah, Monique, leave that brother right where he is. He good. He got a story to tell too. Now he got a whole new
New
family. He dealing
family.
with.
Yeah.
So Monique, just chill out. But let me tell y'all. So I said it publicly that and it was no offense to any narrators because I know it's hard because I helped Love Belvin. I don't even know why I opened my mouth after the fact and said, "Oh, let I help you do that."
I
And
don't know why you did that.
right, the process of going through, and then my ear and then her ear is totally different on top of that, right? So I say, "Oh, this person is good. Listen to these." I make a list and I give to her, and she'd be like, "No, I don't like that one." And I was just like, "I'm telling you, like one of the female characters. This is a whole other story, but." We went back and forth, and we had to get 4 other people in to like vote on
Yeah.
it's Raji's story, and so she's working
Yeah, that's
with
what I was
me.
gonna say. Is that the
Yeah,
story?
it was a lot. So I totally understand that part of it, and so I'm not an audio book person, and so I ended up listening to Bailey West's Loving Man and loved it. It's not that I don't like them. It's just that's just not my thing. So I was like, okay, I gotta support everybody. So I was listening to Loving Man, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna dive not at all 3 of the Muted Hopelessness series. I'm gonna dive in. I've been walking around the house. I was walking around the house for like 2.5 weeks with ear pods in my ear, and that's not my son. That's what he do. He walk around listening to podcasts and all of this mute. But me walking around and I'm constantly taking it out, going, "What? What y'all?"
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so I mean, it's an awesome platform. I don't knock the platform at all. It's an awesome platform. I'm just not. I found myself like going along, reading, opening up my Kindle
You
and
was
reading
reading a lot. Why?
as I'm listening. Because I was sitting in my room, like just sitting there, just sitting at my headboard, just like. And I was like, okay, I can't just sit here like a dummy.
No, see what
So,
I do. I don't listen to audible books either, but I will do it like while I'm driving. Like if I'm driving a long distance, that's good. Like to listen to a book. And the reason why I'm doing is I know that there are so many people out there that love it, and so I'm trying to get bring more readers in. To read my work or to listen to my work. My mom, for example, on her job, people are always asking her, "Well, does your daughter do audible books?" Because there are people that just listen.
mhm.
Kind of tap into that audience, but I don't really listen to them either. Only time I really listen to it is like if I'm traveling, like a long distance, and I'll cut on an Audible book and listen to it. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
just got into them, but it has to be a book that's written in first person because I want a man and a woman.
mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Like I don't, I want a variety, so it got to be a first person book.
You want some different voices.
Yeah, like change it up. Like it's some narrators that do the voices good, both, but I would rather have like a man and a woman.
Okay, so do you find so Johnny, you said she killed, so she's just doing one, she's doing all the characters, right? You just have one narrator.
Yeah, I have just one narrator. She's doing all the characters, but I'm telling you, you would think it was 5 or 6 different people in that book. She did a thing. Like really, she is super talented.
Okay, so Sherri, have you used more than one, like a male, female, the person that does the? Okay, and
Yeah, I only did it for one book though.
oh,
But
okay.
then the other book is by one person, and they did real good with I don't know how they was able to change their voices and accents and stuff. Like I had a character who was from India, and the guy he changed it to yes, he did real good. I was so shocked.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I had
Those
a
some
Asian lady.
they be doing it real well.
They do. I had an Asian lady at the nail shop, and she hit it. She hit it right on the head. Yep.
Yeah, they be doing good.
No, some parts it was like that's not how that sounds in my head. Then other parts is like, oh, they killed it. They killed it. I ain't gonna say too much because I don't need nobody coming at me about what I said about no narrator. So I'm gonna let that.
You can say
I those private conversations. But I mean, I really did enjoy it. I did. I found myself so captivated into the stories again that it took me a minute to start reading, to pick up my book and start reading again. So, Johnni, tell us about Miss Asha's story.
Just real quick, I just thought of something. As I was listening to the Audible book and her portrayal of Asha, I was telling somebody, I was like, oh my gosh, Asha sounds really ghetto in this book. And they were like, she was ghetto. And like, she is really making her sound so ghetto.
She was ratchet.
She was. But you know what? In this book, she has really grown. She's matured. She is trying to stay focused on her career, but it is a love story. And so she does fall in love. She is trying to move away from her past. She goes back to it a little bit, but for the most part, I think you guys will see a lot of growth in her in this next book.
That's good. Well, I mean,
I think you'll like her this time.
We'll like it.
I hope.
I know, right? Get off of Asha like we want Monique to get off of Miko, right?
Yes. Thank you, Tara, for speaking up for him. She just said that Miko was layered. Yes, he was just layered.
He was. Like, come on now. I mean, like, come on. You always got to find the good. There is always some good. And that's what I was saying. There's always some good in a character. Like, there's something there. There's a reason for the madness. I mean, there are times when some authors just write assholes. They just write them and they know ain't no changing them. But then, for the most part, when it's an intricate character, there's layers. There's reasons for the way that they are. You know, and I believe he redeemed himself. Shoot, he redeemed himself at the end. I ain't worried about Monique.
She's not the only one that feels that way. I get a lot of Miko hate. So she's not the only one.
Oh my gosh. Well, Charae, what book, which I already kind of know the answer to this, has the most famous line that you hear about all the time?
The Black Effect. That line be haunting me, okay?
I think there's somebody that was in Bourbon Street Books that I think she's going through her catalog now. And she was reading it the other week, and I had to chuckle, like, wait till she get to that part, because everybody loves. Because it's almost like you could just imagine him standing there.
Right. It just caught you red-handed. And
right.
Yeah. The deer was crazy.
That is true. So there we go.
I knew Allegra was gonna be the first one to say it. Oh, and Maisha said that's her saying she not giving it up. So.
Oh God.
Yeah.
She said it. That's my line.
See, I told you. She said she not giving it up.
You don't have to, but it's still gonna be hilarious forever and ever, forever and ever. So So tell us about this. Where did this story come from? Your new release that's gonna drop tomorrow, Charae. Where did that? How did that? You be coming up. You be creating towns. You
I
be
be, I be trying to just write a simple book. It just don't never pan out that way. I was thinking of a May December romance, but not have it be where they fall into something.
May December with who? Which? Not the crazy chick.
With Cat and Tree, and then
Oh
it
God.
went left. That was my intentions
Okay.
when I first started writing. That was my intentions, but it went crazy.
Where does this stuff come from, though?
I don't know. Like I just will think of something, and I only have to think of something small, and then I could just add to it. I don't know. I don't know. Does that happen to you, Johnny, where you just think
Yeah,
of something and it
all
just
the time.
it flows?
Yep. Usually, like I'm writing a book and I have it mapped out for the most part in my head, and then like towards the middle, something switches, and I'm like, oh, okay, well then this should happen, and I add a little bit more drama, and then it spins out of control, and it's a little bit more crazier than
That's
I intended originally. But by the end of it, I'm able to like piece all the put all of it together and make it make sense.
Well, who? When did she say that?
Oh yeah, I
No
sure
book
did.
days?
How you gonna have no more book bays?
I'm just warning you. Y'all might not like the dudes I create.
Oh, okay.
They might not. They
I'm
might not.
trying to figure out what book Tara's talking about. Are you talking about Nadir calling somebody friendly? Or
Yeah, who is that? I can't even look. I can't even.
or was that or Johnny, was that from your book when he called when Malachi called the guy which book, Tara?
I hope it's not because I don't remember that.
I don't remember.
I might have put it in there. I don't know.
That's not like either one of y'all. That could have been in either one of y'all's books, really.
Right. Look at Kima. Don't come for me, Kima.
Oh, Nadir. She said Nadir said it.
Oh yeah, Nadir.
Ain't no telling what he had.
That's why, like, he said a lot of crazy stuff.
Now I'll tell you the only character of yours that that got on my nerves was the book before this one. I can't think of the name of it. Well, he was you even made him a jerk at the end of the book.
Oh, We Can Never Be.
Yes.
Kadan.
Yes, he was a jerk even at the
Oh my goodness, they hated him in book 3, and I was just laughing. I did not care.
I'm like, even at the end, she was like, "You got the girl, you got the baby," and she's like, "You gotta come home." And he's still, I'm like, "Are you serious right now?" He's still being an ass even after all of this.
He's never gonna change.
Who was that saying? Don't do him. I can't see who.
Kima love Kadan for some. I don't know why. Oh, and Tara is his representative, so
I'm sorry, Kima. I can't see your it doesn't show who it is. Kima.
Oh, okay, that's Kima.
Kima. Even at the end, he's still being a jerk. That is like the only person that's like, I don't know. He ain't my favorite. He is not one of my favorite. Money. I think Money will always be one of my favorites.
Yeah, mine too.
Money is crazy. Like
I loved her. She was so strong.
She really was.
But then the readers was complaining like she too strong, and I'm like, I thought y'all don't like weak characters.
Man, when she took her mama off, I was just like,
she deserved that though.
She did. She did. She did. My stank face is dedicated to why? Oh, come on.
Because he remind her of her ex-husband.
Oh, Jesus.
You see how they be doing?
Oh my God.
So no more book base ever?
No, I'm lying. I'm just I had to warn them because I think they supposed to get a book bag every book, and I'm like, sometimes y'all gonna hate these men and
Right.
women. Sometimes,
Yeah, I prefer to actually to read flawed characters. The perfect characters don't really do it for me when I'm reading. I need
yeah,
something.
they
I
not
need to spice
memorable.
it up. Yeah.
The flawed ones, you'll remember them forever.
Hmm.
Right. Okay. So, Johnny, I know. Well, I don't know. No, but um, there's room for Miko to have a story with his extended family. Where is that down the line? I know y'all don't like to tell. It's hard.
It
Trust me,
is.
it's hard. I know it's hard.
It is hard, and it's just going to be a single book. Definitely not going to be a series or anything like that. And my plan, my thoughts was I wanted to do it like around Christmas. I wanted to really just do a Christmas story.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So let me ask y'all this: do you guys prefer to write full length novels or novellas?
Full length.
Yeah, I'm full length. I talk too much for a novella.
And is it hard keeping up with all the characters when you have to do um some spin-offs and stuff?
Yes.
They cutting up in the chat. What they talk? They in their own little world down
Right.
there. Own little world down there. But is it hard keeping up with characters when you have to do a spin-off?
It is, yeah, because you're trying to keep them true to the nature of the original book, like who they were, but you're still trying to make them grow or trying to tell a different segment of their story. So yeah, it's hard for me. Like when I'm writing Asha, like I know how she was, and I don't
Mm,
want people to read the book and be like, this girl is totally different. But I'm trying to, bridge the gap to let you know that she's just grown, that she's acting a little differently than she did in this book because she was in college and she was going through some things and she's now a different girl. She's matured, she's growing. So for me,
well,
it's a little hard.
as she should. You're totally different from college than shoot. You're different in your I'm 52. You're different in your 50s than you were in your 30s or your 40s. So that's definitely. Now I'm gonna tell you a spinoff. I know Charae ain't gonna do it.
You better not say who I'm thinking.
Who
Right?
is he? The one I said I don't like the way what you did to that girl.
Wait, which one?
Don't I have to go through my Kindle? I'm gonna have to go through. You know the story I don't like. I mean, I liked it. I liked it. The emotional roller coaster. If I
Which
say
one?
it, then
Which one is that? I'm trying to think.
it's a standalone. She had issues. It didn't end too well for her.
Oh, that.
He said, "Oh, that. What's the name of that book? Since
Sincerely me.
Sincerely Me. Sincerely Me. Okay, so I don't know if anybody. Oh, Tara, no, yes.
What you want me to perform witchcraft and
No, I know. I know she can't come. I already know.
they ain't got over that yet.
But I meant like him. Like what I would love to know what happens to him. Because that was traumatic for him as well.
Yeah, it was. And I was
Like
like,
he held a lot of guilt, and it really wasn't his fault.
it wasn't, but then
Seriously, how can you spend?
right, that's why I said, what you want me to do?
What? I mean, like,
You want to update on 7.
yes,
Okay, you want to update. Okay.
yes. Seven getting his HEA right.
That's not that bad. You could do a little quick update.
Look,
Yeah,
honey, you supposed to be on my side because you're an author.
but
Like, I don't need you co-signing with her.
But he don't. Let's see. Where did he live? He didn't live. They didn't live nowhere in one of y'all.
No, they were in St. Parkland, the fake city.
This chick had y'all. If y'all ain't know, first of all, Ray had me asking Millie, like on the low. I said, Millie, is there some place?
I answered that.
I don't think we asked if we was live, but I did ask Millie. We was probably getting ready to go live. I said, "There's some place in Florida called St. Park." And I got family in Florida, and I'm like, "There's some place called St. Parkland." And Millie was like, "What? No. What are you like? Is you crazy? No."
I do that all the time. Be looking up the different places that I've never heard of that I read
Yes,
about in books
I've
and have
done
them
it
made
too.
Yes.
up.
Yes. So, do you find it better to make up your own town than
Yeah.
um, using the states like Atlanta, South Carolina, North Carolina? Is it better to make up your own states?
Yes, because you could just create the vibe of the city that you want. You can make up stuff as you go, and you don't have to worry about like fact checking because people are really serious about their cities. You better not get nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm sorry if the Arthur is in here, but and I'm big on HBCUs because my child went to HBCU. I wanted him to go to HBCU, but when somebody put in their book that Emory was an HBCU, I was done. I was just like, where? Where is that? Where is that? Then there was another book. I'm from California, and they said something about going up 85, and I was like, I've been in was 85. No, it's 85 in.
See, that's why I be creating new towns. I don't have time for that. No.
Yeah, don't be giving the oceanfront views in Carroll City.
Ooh,
Right.
my Carol City.
Attention. Like now, if it's someplace I've never been, I won't know. You know what I'm saying? But if it's someplace that I've been before, and I just be like, no, that don't do that. Don't mess it up. Or you
Yeah.
don't fact check it. So Johnny, have you ever thought about creating your own?
Yeah, I was actually in the process of doing a collaboration, which I was going to write my individual book, but I was doing this collaboration last year with I won't say the names of the authors, but a couple of other authors, and we were each writing our own individual book, but it was all based in the same city, the same town, and same surroundings. Everybody knew each other, type of thing. And we had a made up town, so I had already started writing that story, and so I'll probably
Mhm.
finish it one of these days. I think we're not doing the collaboration anymore, but that was a made up town. But I think I use a lot of Baltimore, North Carolina, because those are the places that I've lived, and
Mhm.
so I'm able to kind of stay true to that. I like,
You're familiar with those places.
yeah,
Yeah. That,
exactly.
I can see that making it very, very easy. When do y'all have time to write? Like y'all have families and don't work full time. So when do you find time to write and stay motivated to write?
Right, in the evenings, on the weekends, I get up like really, really early on Saturday and Sunday, and while the house is still quiet, I'll write then on Saturday and Sunday, or either I'll write like at night. So like after everybody's kind of settled and get ready to go to bed, I'll pull out my laptop and start writing then.
I prefer to write in the mornings and during the day. So I try to stick to a schedule. It's really hard being disciplined writing because some days it just
You gotta feel it.
yeah, you gotta be inspired, and some days it just does not happen. So
Do
it's really easy to get off track.
do you write in sequence or do you write like here's a scene and then or do you write like scenes and then oh this will go good here and fit it in later or it just flows in a sequence?
I
I
have
write
to break it up.
Go ahead.
I have to break it up. Like I'll do an hour, take a 30-minute break, do another hour, take a break. Like I have to do it like that. Just I don't know if I just sit at it and just write straight through. It's just not gonna work for me.
But do you write a variety of scenes and then flush them out or so like the story is from A to Z, this is gonna happen, or do you like write a scene here? Like a scene might say you're driving, a scene comes to you and like, oh, I gotta get this down, or I'll forget it. It's a good scene, but it doesn't flow like where you are right where you stopped
Mhm.
for the
I
day.
I usually write down my scenes before I write. Like, okay, I'm gonna write this one, and this one, and then that's what I'll do for the day. And then I don't go back and edit. I just write straight through, and then I'll go because I feel like that slows me down.
Okay.
So I just write straight through the scenes.
Okay.
Yeah, I write straight through,
Questions,
but I
throw them
also
in there. Go ahead, Johnny.
no, I write straight through in sequence too. But if I do think of something, I always just write it down. That way I don't ever forget. I write it down in like my notebook, or either like if I'm in a car, I write it down on a receipt or whatever I have available. Because if I don't, I'll forget it. So I gotta write it down like right then and there, even if I'm laying in the bed and dreaming or just thinking about it, while I'm trying to go to sleep. I'll have to, I'll sit up in bed and write something down on a piece of paper just so I forget. And then I'll look back at it. I'll refer back to it as I'm writing and then try to piece it into my story. Sometimes
Have you ever like forgotten scenes that were really good, but you can't think of what it was?
Yes, and I learned my lesson. That's why I write it down. I even text myself. So I have a text thread to myself that's strictly just for my writing. Even if it's just how I'm describing something, like beautiful words or, how I want to describe something, I write it down in a text message to myself or a scene or anything. And that's how I can always just refer back to it. But if I don't write it down right then and there, I'll forget it.
Yeah, me too.
So, Johnny, there's a question there from Maisha.
Don't tell them about Kai and you. We're gonna let them wait. We're gonna let them wait, Maya. Okay.
Mess. I swear she a mess.
They being petty and messy. What is she talking about?
She wants me to let everybody know that Kai is hers, that Malachi is her man.
Oh, Jesus. Well, you better tell. Well, Monique don't care. Monique can let you say you can have him. No, that's me. No, that's not Malachi. Oh, Miss Paris ain't going for that, right? Y'all kill me. Y'all crack me up. Y'all crack me up. I told you I told them I didn't have no questions prepared. I was just going off the top of my head.
That's okay. We can freestyle.
Absolutely. So if y'all got some questions, throw them in the chat. They was clowning down there. They done got kind of quiet. Paris moved to the side. Wow. So what gives you inspiration on the book bays? Do you like I don't know if you follow Monica Fortnite Walters. That chick, she be so on point with all of her male characters, and it just be men she be finding on Instagram, and they be so on point that it's like
the visual or the personality?
The visual.
Oh, okay.
Visual. And then she be in their inbox asking, "Can I use your?"
I can't do that.
On point. They really do. They really, really do. So, what do you use for visuals as far as your male characters and your female characters? Yana, don't get put on timeout. Where Allegra? Come get her.
I'm just trying to. I honestly more recently, I've been trying to stay away from the visuals because so many people are like, well, I didn't envision her to look like that, or I didn't envision him to look like that. So I'm like, whatever you picture when you read the book is who you envision in your mind. That's who you can go with. But normally, it's people off of Instagram or whatever, but I did for Beer Game Chronicles. I had a flyer up and I posted a flyer, and it was a visual of like, I think 4 or 5 men on this flyer, and they all had beards. Well, one of the guys in the flyer DM'd me and basically said, "That's my picture on your." And I was like, "Oh shoot, let me delete." I deleted it and blocked him and everything because I didn't know if he was gonna be like, "You can't be using my picture, or you owe me money." Or
oh yeah, they would come with that quick. Like, you owe me some money.
Really?
Yes.
I was like, "Oh no." And I think you can use the picture because is altered.
Are you talking about just random guys will be like, "Oh, you owe me money for using my?"
Yes.
Get the heck out of here.
Yep. It was for Beard Gang Chronicles, and it was a flyer that was made, and it had like I said, it had like 4 or 5 guys on a flyer, all bearded men without their shirts on. And he was like, that's my, my picture you got on that flyer right there. And I'm like, ooh, it is. Delete, block.
Right, because he's gonna try to send you an invoice.
I didn't even respond to him.
God.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
would
God.
definitely.
I don't know. Like you saying the person should read the Black Effect. I would go all the way back to I haven't read everything Charae has done, but I would go back to Money. Um
That's a good book to start with.
Money that's a good book to start with. Is that the introduction to Parkland and Money? That one?
Yep.
No, Money, and then there was another one.
She could try We Can Never Be. That's a good start, I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
Johnny, what do you say? Because Johnny
Like,
said something different than what I say.
yeah, and I know some people may be thinking, well, you go back to your first book, but if I'm having a new to me reader, somebody who's never read my work before, I would probably want them to read my most popular series.
yeah.
And that would be Heartbreak You at this current time. That's probably my most popular. So that's what I would recommend them to start with. And then they could always circle back to Loving a Borrego Brother if they wanted to.
That's not what I was gonna say.
Oh, Loving the Game.
Yes, that's where I met you from, Loving the Game.
Yeah,
That's
or they could, or that one. Both Loving a Borrego Brothers and Loving the Game is currently in stores. So I do get a lot of new readers that way that just read paperback books. So yeah.
Can I ask you about that?
Okay.
With your books in store, is that is that a good move to have your books in store?
I think it's a way for me to tap into another audience to get some more readers who don't know my work.
Okay.
So I would say yes.
It
didn't cost me anything to do it, so why not?
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Maisha saying it said Loving the Game is in Barnes and Nobles and Walmart. You know what? I don't even look in Walmart anymore. Like that used to, like if they couldn't find me in the store,
they go to the book aisle.
Yes, they knew they could find me. But now that with Kindle, I and now it's unless it's one of my faves, I don't crack open. No, you don't break the spines on nothing. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't read paperbacks anymore either.
No, they sit right. They, and the bad thing is they all over the doggone place. But yeah.
I will occasionally. The last one I read, I had never read White Lines by Tracy Brown. So I had bought, everyone was telling me, you got to read this book. You got to read this book.
Yeah, she's one of my faves. I love her.
Yes.
Who is that?
Tracy Brown. So I was like, all right, she was selling autographed copies. So I went ahead and I bought my autographed copies and I just read the book because I think I still have to pay for it. It's not on Kindle Unlimited, so I still have to pay for it. So I was like, I might as well go ahead and crack these paperbacks and read it. And it was great. So
I just can't even imagine. Like, I could turn my lights off. I can get in the bed, turn my lights off in my glow. I don't have to, I can't even.
Yeah, I'm spoiled about that too.
At all. But Johnny, let me just say congratulations on having your books in Barnes and Nobles and Walmart. How did you make that happen?
Honestly, it was all through Blake Carrington. He acted as my literary agent and, was able to get the publishing deal and to get it into stores. So,
Allegra, you like me. I can't see that. I can't either. I'm like, I'm looking, no way in hell. No, there's no way. There's no way. Oh, they say they look. I'm gonna have to check her out. I'm not familiar.
Yes, you have to.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with who that is.
Oh yeah, you gotta read it. Everybody was telling me it's like a must read. If you're gonna read like one of the classic type of book, this is one to read. So, and it was very good.
Her whole catalog is good though. Like I've been reading her for years.
I'm gonna
Really?
have to go back and get more. I just read White Lines. I read all 3 books. So
Yeah.
Well, where the hell I been? Because I showed on. I be up on top of stuff. That's throwing me off. Like I'm gonna have to see y'all gonna have me going and researching
Yeah.
and
Listen, I love. She one of my favorites. Like I've been reading her for years.
and then watch it be maybe.
they
Let me
get
not.
your blood pressure medicine ready, though. I'm saying.
Yeah,
So.
you should start with White Lines with Jada and Bourne.
You say get my blood pressure. Oh, don't y'all think y'all do that enough? Y'all,
Ooh, girl.
sometimes I just be I have to just close it like I can't. I can't. And Charae definitely had me closing on Sincerely Me. I was like, I'm done. I'm so done. I didn't even know if I was
I
gonna
lost readers after that book. I know I did.
I didn't even know if I was gonna be her friend again after that. Like, I don't even girl, I wasn't ready. I was not ready for that at all. No, not like that. I wasn't ready. And anybody who's ready, just be prepared. Get your tissue out and you're gonna be in your feelings for sure. For
Yeah.
sure, for sure. So Johnny, you talked about doing a collaboration, which I know you've done, you know, the Beard Game Chronicles. Sheree, would you ever do a collaboration with anybody? Or is anybody on your wish list that you would like to do a collaboration with?
I would. It would have to be my own individual book though. I don't think I could work on one book with another person.
I
Okay.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I see so many that, like where 2 people are writing in the same book and you could just tell the drastic difference
Mhm.
in the writing styles and all that. So,
I know Rashonda Tate Billingsley and Victoria Christopher Murray used to do that, where one was one character and one was the other character. Um, and I remember going to see them getting a book, a book signing, and they talked about how they play off of each other. So she writes this one scene, and she said she had, I think, Victoria said Rashonda had her character locked in the basement, and Victoria was like, "Oh, for real? That's what we doing? Okay, watch this." And they play off of each other like that. And I'm like, that has got to be hard. That has got to be, I mean, it sounds intriguing.
but it sounds fun. I think from a writing perspective, it sounds fun. Um, and you talking about Rashonda and Victoria, like, those are some amazing writers. But I just
Mhm.
know from some of the collabs that I've read, I think it can be challenging. It can be difficult to make it flow, to make it
Right,
sound good.
right, right. And then there are some that I've read, it's like, he ain't write that. She wrote all of that.
Yes, yes, I've read that one too.
Wow.
Like, bruh, I've been reading you forever and a day. And now all of a sudden, nah, son, you ain't,
All poetic and stuff.
yeah, nah, she wrote all of that. All of that. I also know Brian W. Smith and Keith Thomas Walker, they did a book together, and Keith was saying that it made him step his game up. Like, whoa, okay, he coming like that. He sent him his chapters and he read them and be like, oh, wait, nah, I can't go out like this. So I'm sure it's challenging, but then it also makes you step your game up. You said ghostwriters. Nah, man, he put his full name on that. I'm not even gonna say no names, but bruh said he wrote that and they wrote it together, and it's like, get the hell out of here. And the person who he wrote it with, I read her stuff for a long time. I know her writing. Like, you ain't ready to fool me. I know she wrote this whole book, and you just saying you wrote it. Nope, nope, nope. Not going for it.
Probably what happens is I've read some books like that by a man and a woman, and I could tell maybe it was his idea, that was his scene, and she rewrote it in her words.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why he put his name on it, because it might be his story, or he wrote it and then she rewrote it to make it flow with what she wrote.
I'm not even going for that either.
He wrote that whole book.
And no, yeah, he might have had the ideas, but yeah, I get it. I get it. I can't. So what is Mimi saying? Is that Mimi saying she liked it like how to see? Yeah, I like those too. Like when
Yeah.
Christina, or even like when Bailey, Nicole, and Tay wrote theirs, and then Bailey, Tay, and Danielle wrote theirs. It was their story, but it was a collaboration, and they included their friends and stuff. I like those.
It won't have to be for me to do it like that.
You say you can't do one book, huh?
No, because people just write different. It writes different, and then I think when somebody goes to read it, or at least I know in my experience, when I go to read it, I can tell, and the story doesn't flow from chapter to chapter.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that Shantae and Genesis book, what was it called? Bikes, Boys, and Hot Toys. I think that's the name of it. That was really good. Like it flowed. You could tell though that they're friends. Like their story just really flowed, and I think they worked really, really well together. You really couldn't tell that it was two people writing it.
See, I like that, and when I can't tell the difference,
right?
Even though I've read both of your works, and I can't tell. Yeah, I can definitely flow and rock with that. So, Charae, tell us your next. You say you're starting something new.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us anything about it?
It involves a biker gang.
Everybody's on these biker gangs right now.
I've seen some videos on the Shade Room, and I was just like, you know what? That's a sign. So I started writing.
Okay. And so, how many you put out books pretty frequently, ma'am?
I try to slow down.
No, you ain't gotta slow down.
Look, I be trying to take a break. I be like, ooh.
But when the characters are talking, how do you just no way?
I can't. Like, I just have to start writing it.
And we're not talking about novellas. We're talking about full-fledged.
Yes.
I
wish I could write a novella.
Do you find that you go so far and it's like, this is too long, that's why I got to break it up?
No, I actually set my word count goal, and I'm able to stop most of the time. So yeah.
That's true. Who is this? That's true. You get inspired by real life stuff. That's
it's not a biker bag. Yes, Maisha, you have another person to claim because you be claiming everybody. I ain't never met a reader who claimed all our characters. Maisha got a bag from everybody's book. Like, she do not be playing.
I don't have a lot of. I do and I don't. I don't have a lot of book bays. There's certain people. If I'm reading a book, I love to see a character in a book. I'll be like, oh yeah. I'm not even going. Maisha don't have.
I'm a book bay. I don't understand those words, but yeah. She be claiming everybody.
Long as it's the book bays. Long as it's the book bays. Yeah, they be ready to fight you for them, ready to cuss you out behind them. I be like, it's a book. It's not.
But it's not. It's not.
Like
I got a good 3 or 4 book bays that I claim, and they're mine.
I mean, so because I worked on that project with LB, I always say that Raji is my best friend. And I'm saying it from the standpoint of the work that went into it, how many times I had to listen to it, and I could sit here and recite the whole damn story to you. I say it like that. And some people have made some stupid comments when I have said that, and I just be wanting like, yeah, and I would just be like, I'm not even gonna repeat them because then I won't show my professionalism, but I'll show the Scorpio side. But I just be like, I swear to God, really, don't be dumb. Don't be
Right.
dumb. You don't know the backstory.
No, no,
Really
no. I just do that
serious.
with people that I chat with on here. I don't be coming for nobody. But
Yeah, like, no, I never said I was Tory. No, I never said I look like, don't say dumb stuff. I just be like, it's the Scorpio me be like, don't say dumb stuff to me, because then I might clap back and forget who, what I'm supposed to be doing in the brand I'm supposed to be, Who Raji is my side babe. Who is that?
That's Kima.
Ah,
I only got a few book bags. I don't be claiming. I don't know. I don't like a lot of them. So I only got a select few too.
yeah, I just got like
just
3
to
or 4.
select you, like, I love me some Asmir. From Bailey's book. I love I'll tell you how much of a book bag he is.
Right. You don't even remember his name.
Valentine, the
And
main
you don't share Izzy, Kima. You do not share him with See, they starting with me. They start with me, Joss.
they starting. That's Kiva talking about. I only share Izzy with my Sunset Johnny. Okay. But didn't Love call you Sunset Johnny?
She
Didn't she
did.
say that?
And I let them know. They didn't know.
Not rubbing in their face.
We ain't sharing. Love told y'all what it is.
So that should be the end of it, right?
That's the end of it.
Yeah, I only have, like you said, only a few. I mean, before when Book Bays started for me was back with CCJ, and I fell in love with her character Roman. Like Roman could, even though did something stupid, I could, Roman was, he was the Book Bay. And then all of a sudden, Book Bays just really took off. But I ain't fight nobody over. If you want Asmir Jacobs, you can have Asmir Jacobs. If you want Malachi from Johnny's book, you can have him. If y'all want the deer, baby.
Right. Right. They be serious. I done seen people get into like real heated debates over these characters.
Like it's a book. It's a book. But
it's so funny because when you think back to like your first book bay or who you really liked long time ago, and you said about CCJ and he did something stupid in the book. Those characters that we used to consider book bays were very flawed men.
Right.
And now it seems that the trend is that they almost want them to be perfect in the book. So
yes. That's funny. I had this conversation with somebody today and was like, sometimes readers want to only connect with somebody that they can truly relate to and not really get engaged in the story. Like you're not going to be every book that you read, every female character is not going to be relatable to you. And just because you say, oh, I'll never do that, oh, that would never happen, that's not necessarily true. That could be somebody else's reality. So Allegra, yeah. I don't know. Who is Zaddy? Who are they talking about? Is she mine? Who Zaddy was? And I don't know.
That's Kima.
I don't know what Kima talking about.
Why Kima ain't popping up?
She didn't. You have to do something. Click it, because sometimes when I go in Bourbon Street Bookers, if I haven't clicked something, they can't see that this is me either unless they got their phone open. And I didn't feel like doing through all of that. Y'all looking at me like you ain't even paying attention, because I be trying to figure out who's saying what. They love Izzy. I mean, I haven't interviewed anybody.
Cool. He was cool.
But ain't nobody cooler than Asmir Jacobs. And I love when I see him in other books. So
I love when
always pop up too.
I could sit and just be looking at for you, Charae, I think it would be Nadir. I wouldn't want to be none of his wives. But I could just see me looking at this man like you know how you have somebody you just be staring at like
Mhm.
I just want to be the fly on the wall to watch his life like
Listen, he live a life, okay?
okay
A busy one.
all the way around. And then I'm trying to think for Johnny who the whole Heartbreak You. I would love to just watch them all in action, all in action. But then the Borrego brothers, I don't know, they captivated me too. So
You don't
I
know who
usually,
to choose.
I usually get people that like the more romantic type. If you like that, that's more of Noble Shaw. People like, oh, I like Noble Shaw.
yes, yes,
Or if you like more of a bad boy, it's more of like Malachi. Is what people tell me.
yeah. Malachi was like every time he said Miss Paris, I just was like make you want to swoon. Like you could just see this thug. Like I could see this thug looking. And then when I reread it and saw like the really paid attention to the description, I was like, ain't no way. How the hell did he pull Miss Paris? She was
She said,
captivated.
ew. She was
She
like,
was
ew,
intrigued
gross.
by that. Josh, yeah, Josh is a good boy though.
Josh, yeah. Josh
He's
is a
a
good
good
boy.
boy.
Mhm.
Oh my God, Allegra for real.
BDE church vibes.
She on church vibe.
Josh said, "Don't let this church stuff fool you." Yeah, that's how it be. That's how it be. So y'all throw a few more questions in there. We over our hour. You know, I don't like to try to keep people for an hour, but I've enjoyed chatting with you guys.
Thank
And
you
I'm
for
gonna put
having me.
up. Unfortunately, I am not going to put up the um Indie Love Virtual. I'm gonna put up the intimate conversation interviews like this, but the other stuff I'm not gonna be able to put up for the simple fact that I messed up on some of this stuff and not moving my icons on the side. So you got that. It just doesn't look professional enough for me to put up.
Mhm.
And then if a person didn't have their a picture up, it just shows like this little white thing, it's like down here on it. I just I'm not doing
Just don't
that.
like the look.
No, it's not professional. Not that what I put up is all 100 A grade like some people do, but no, I can't. I can't do it. But I am going to put up the intimate conversations with and I with Kima, Genesis, Shantae, and Casey Mills, and then I'll put this. I was waiting to do this one before I uploaded those other ones. So you can't. Oh, that's Allegra.
Listen, it is out of my hands once I upload it. This
So
why
they're
I
gonna
ain't
be up
gonna
all
tell y'all a
night.
date, because y'all wasn't finna be harassing me.
I know that's why a lot of authors don't. It just be, be like Sabrina, here ho, or like Ashley Nicole. All of a sudden, it just be a book, and you be like, damn,
Yeah.
Ashley, you ain't
I
promoting.
understand why too. I understand.
Yes, because you get harassed 24/7.
Objection. Look, Tara is my lawyer. She is not finna let y'all play games with me.
Allegra said they were minding their own business, and you the one. Well, you did kind of set yourself up for that one,
Oh,
because
listen, they keep saying I said the end of the week. I said this week. The
and
week
that's
is still
tomorrow.
here.
The end of the week is tomorrow. Y'all know Sunday is the first of the week.
They gonna put words in my mouth. So I said end of the week. Then somebody said I said Friday.
Maisha got it right. You said it's above me now.
It
Right. It's
is.
above me now.
Maisha,
It's
tell them
above
again.
me. Right.
End of the week.
Well, y'all, we're gonna 7 whole days.
That's right, Tara.
That's right. Published by Season. Yes, yes, we definitely. Some people do that. If you follow them, you know them well enough. But anyway, so we're gonna wrap this up. If y'all don't have any more questions for them, any last words that you want to impart upon these wonderful people that have spent some time with us this evening?
I just want to thank everybody for their support and for reading my work and for sharing it and just showing me love. So I just appreciate y'all and thank y'all for tuning in.
Yes, what Johnny said. Despite the harassment, I still love y'all and appreciate y'all. And Miss Indy Love, thank you for forgiving me for getting the time zones wrong.
I wasn't. I just was like, "Where's Charae?"
It's like,
Oh.
wait. Yeah, it didn't register that you were on ATL time, I guess. I'm like, what the
It
yeah.
was not a problem at all. I'm not one that be holding grudges, and well, that's a whole lie. That's a whole.
You be holding grudges?
It depends on what you do.
We can have you holding grudges.
No, I do. I am. I'm holding on to one. It's one I'm holding
It's
on
a
to
it's
tight.
an author.
Yep, it
Why?
is.
I ain't gonna ask why, and I ain't gonna ask who.
We'll talk about it when I end this. I tell you exactly who
Yeah,
it
you gonna have to give
is.
us the tea.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, it's two, but one redeemed themselves. I've said this before. One tried to redeem themselves, but they still, they still on my list.
So they can redeem themselves with you, right?
That
Or no?
person tried to redeem themselves, but you lied in the process of trying to redeem yourself. So you try not to burn the bridge is what I say. Like they tried not to burn the bridge, but then it's still shaky. The fire is still underneath it because you lied about it and trying not to burn the bridge. If that makes sense,
I get it. I get it.
right, Allegra? I ain't. You are. You right. We ain't. That's where that sentence comes in perfectly. I ain't never. I was like reading the email. Like, you're right. If I had that line in my head, then I probably would have typed it back. Use a bold. Da, 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 da. But anyway, all right, y'all. Y'all have a good evening, and I guess I'll be back sometime soon. I haven't chatted with anybody on a Friday in a long time, but I'll be back soon enough. Y'all have a good evening. You ladies hold on, and I will check with y'all later.
Bye, y'all.